Hi everybody, hope you're managing to keep fit and well. I just wanted to spend a few minutes showing you around the greenhouse, show you what I've been sowing so far. So it's late March, so things are just starting to warm up. The weather's lovely today, as you can see. Hoping to get my tomatoes in this week. I don't normally sow until the end of March, beginning of April, because I don't want them to get too tall. If the weather's not great, there's not enough light, then you know they'll stretch. But a few things I have put in, so I'm going to show you that. If you doing the same yourself, you know, again, not much we can do at the moment with the bug going around, but be in the garden. If we're lucky enough to have a garden, it's great, especially on a day like this. Otherwise, you might just have a balcony, a few pots that you're sowing. So perhaps a few ideas for you. But whatever you're doing in the garden, please comment. Let me know what you're doing, what's going on. If you're doing something along the same lines to me, or perhaps you're just growing a few veggies for the first time to bolster what you can find in the shops. Do comment. If you've got any questions, please feel free to ask. But certainly if you've got any advice for me, then please feel free to give it as well. Okay, so we'll have a little look around the greenhouse. Well, this is my little 10x6 aluminium greenhouse, which has been up until now just overwintering stuff. It's still got some overwintering things in there, and I've got some work to do, as you can see. It's just next to my polytunnel, which is a much bigger affair. We went up about 2 years ago. And that's, well, you'll find a video on what I'm growing in there at the moment. That's going to be absolutely bursting this year because of the problems and the difficulty of finding veg in the shops. I'm certainly going to be growing as much as I can in there. But in the greenhouse, we'll just have a little look. Not masses just yet, so it's still quite early. Don't you just love the noise that greenhouse doors make? Oh, it's quite hot in here. I must get the vents open. So to start with, veggie wise, we've got a few peas in guttering. There, kick the bucket. These in guttering, which are going to go outside. These are just an early variety called Felton First, and going to go out on the little plot that I've got outside that we'll have a look round at another time. I like to sow them in these. It gives them an early start, protects them from the weather, but also next door's chickens, which are gorgeous. I love them to bits, but they do love peas. So I start the peas off in here, and then as soon as they're big enough, just getting the first true leaf there. Let's zoom in a little bit, see if we can get a closer look at them. Yeah, looking quite good. So as soon as they're big enough, they'll go outside. Probably harden them off for a bit in the polytunnel first, and then plant them outside up some nice hazel sticks that I've been saving. Got fuchsias in the background, which is another one of my favourites. It's time to prune those as well. We'll do that a little bit later. So a few things growing in the heated bench. We've got some various varieties of peppers here. So there's just a sweet pepper. Sweet mixed, so that could be some red, could be some orange or yellow. There, don't grow too many peppers because we don't get through them all. Nice Italian variety there, which is going to be a sort of long green pepper, and an F1 variety as well, which is a relatively hot pepper. That's called Frigitello F1. And that's supposed to be quite warm, but a bit hotter than jalapeno, I think. Don't like the sort of blow your head off types, must admit, so tend to go for the slightly milder ones. My daughter's got another sowing which is coming on a little bit behind these, and they are the blow your head off types, so she likes a bit more flavour with hers and she can have them. So we've got several trays of onions, which are only in here really because the weather was so bad early on I couldn't get on the soil, so in desperation I've ended up sowing them in trays, in cell trays. Here we've got a Italian variety which I can't even pronounce really, unfortunately, but it's Tropea Rossa Longa, and it's a lovely long thin red variety, so the bulb is a lovely long thin red bulb which looks great and is easy to chop. And then we've just got a tray of salad onions. So these are literally these are Ishikura, these ones. And I've multi-sown them, so they're in quite big cells, as you can see. But there's probably about 4 or 5 seeds in each of those trays. They've come up really well, and I'm going to plant those out as they are, so that you get a little clump of onions rather than just individual ones. And we'll just keep harvesting individual onions and then let the rest grow on and get a little bit bigger. And then just finally here for the moment, we've got some rainbow chard, which I like to sow in trays so that I can see what colours I'm getting, because the colour of the stem will tell you what the colour of the plant will be at the end. And that's always fascinating, I think. It's a bit like growing coleus. If any of you have ever grown coleus, you know, the flame nettle as a pot plant. I always love, in fact I've got a tray upstairs which is still in a propagator in the warm, which I shall show you another time. I love growing those, love to grow them ever since I was a kid, just to see what the different leaves colours you get. You're never quite sure, are you, until they start to grow. These look, disappointingly, as if they might be mostly red. I think we've got, where are we there? We've got a yellow one, I think, possibly, and I'm sure I saw somewhere a pink one. I think one of these is possibly a pink. So they should be a good mixture of white, red, pink and yellow, but so far mostly red with one yellow. But we'll see, there's still small seeds in the packet, so I might give those another go. This is a tray that we sowed when I was at Tony's, when we did our last filming session before all the problems. Was that 3rd of March? So yeah, 3rd of March, so 20 days ago they were sown, and coming up really nicely. But again, it won't be long before I should be planting those out. Things like beetroot and chard, if they get too many growth checks, they just run to seed. But I do like chard, rainbow chard, such good value. You know, you sow it now, it'll grow, we'll pick it right the way through the summer, it'll overwinter, and before it goes to seed next year, we'll be eating some more. And by that time, we'll have another batch in. So yeah, really like those. So that's all to show you in the greenhouse for the moment. There's various other things in here, but they're mostly wildflowers, which are my daughter's, and various other experiments like passion flowers, and we've only got a couple which we sowed last year, which have survived the winter, but they look like they're shooting away. So hopefully we'll have some passion flowers in here this summer. And I've got a lot of potting and cutting back to do, so we'll come back to that later. So for now, that's the greenhouse. But as I say, any comments, if you've got any advice, anything you'd like to tell me, then please do get in touch.